Imagine the wildest truths about Rome's rulers hid not in scrolls, but under stone. What lurks below could flip everything we think we know. Roman emperors weren't only leaders, they acted like divine figures on earth. Once one of them passed away, burial wasn't enough. Instead, people constructed something far grander. Because dying didn't mean vanishing, it called for a symbol that refused to fade. These graves became massive displays of strength, built not for decades, but ages, yet always takes ages. For more than 2,000 years, holy places were robbed, reused, covered by new buildings, or said to be cursed. Right now, we dig through rock and dirt, bit by bit. These aren't only burial chambers. Instead, they're clues in a hunt across 5 royal tombs, each whispering truths about power, dread, and chaos their builders tried to bury. From a grave-turned stronghold to a ruler whose spirit scared people so much, they slapped up a chapel just to lock him in. Hang tight till the last bit, when we uncover the leader who cooked up the boldest send-off ever, aiming to level up from corpse to deity once he kicked. Number 5, Augustus, the tomb that became a trash heap. It starts with the very first ruler, some say the most powerful one, Augustus. When he came to power, Rome was made of bricks. When he died, it sparkled with marble. His reign lasted more than 4 decades, bringing a long stretch without war known as Pax Romana. In his last move, he set up a grand burial place for him and his family, something no one had imagined before. A big round building stands strong, alive with cypress greenery. On top, a giant bronze figure looks out. Emperor Augustus watching over Rome. Trees frame the monument, swaying slightly in the wind. This was once his tomb, a powerful statement carved into stone and sky. Light hits the metal statue, flashing bright under the sun. No words needed here. Size speaks loud enough. The mausoleum of Augustus was massive, round like a stronghold for corpses, nearly 300 feet wide, seen from far parts of town. At its gate stood twin bronze columns carved with the res gestae, his own words on what he did and lived through. Not merely a grave, but a bold power statement. Here's the real surprise. It's not about what was hidden there. What changed the grave matters more. After Rome collapsed, the mausoleum's quiet ended. During the 400s, the Visigoths raided it. They took off its marble while breaking apart the statues. It didn't fade away, though. It came back, over and over. During medieval times, thick walls got turned into a stronghold by the Colonna clan. After that, it turned into a rooftop garden. Next up, a spot for bullfights. By the 1900s, though, they'd reshaped it into a grand music venue, the Augusteo, ranked among Europe's best. The wild truth about Augustus's tomb: it lived many lives. This place turned into a record of Rome falling apart, changing in strange ways. Once a holy emperor's burial spot, it shifted. Fortress one time, green garden next. Then came bloodshed, fights on its grounds. Later still, plays under open sky. The last grim turn. Back in the 1930s, Mussolini, totally fixated on Augustus, knocked down the concert venue just to rebuild the tomb as a showpiece for his fresh fascist square. The grave of the peacemaker got taken over by a warrior, yet its real tale spans 20 centuries of defilement. What it reveals cuts deeper than carved words. Monuments, no matter how mighty, are mere set pieces in history's unfolding drama. Number 4, Trajan, the mystery of the missing ashes. If Augustus kicked things off as the big boss, Trajan ended up seen as the top one. During his time running stuff, Rome hit its peak, no question. People liked him that much that senators handed him a name nobody else got: Optimus Princeps, meaning the finest leader around. Because he was such a standout, they bent Rome's strictest rule just for him. For ages, putting bodies inside Rome's holy boundary, the pomerium was banned. Graves had to be beyond the city wall. No exceptions. Yet the Senate gave Trajan special treatment. When he died, they ordered his ashes, held in a heavy golden container, to go inside the foundation of his grand victory pillar, smack in the middle of his fresh public square. This marked the highest respect possible, a ruler laid to rest beneath the shadow of his own glory. For hundreds of years, the remains of Rome's most powerful ruler stayed right there, proof of how strong the city once was. Then, they were gone. This strange truth about Trajan's tomb. It's hollow. At some point amid medieval turmoil, someone, maybe a robber, maybe a church leader, slipped inside and took the gilded case. His remains were probably blown away by wind, while the valuable vessel got turned into liquid metal. No one's sure who was behind it. Nobody can say which way they headed. Just a vacant space left, plus questions that won't fade. The location where Rome's greatest figure vanished? A puzzle frozen in time, 2,000 years without answers. Number 3, Nero, the tomb that had to be exorcised. Now we shift from history's top rulers to its worst. Nero, a cruel ruler. He targeted Christians. Rumor claims he played music as flames swallowed Rome. Once removed from power, crowds celebrated wildly. People treated his end like a festival. Far from the big graves of Augustus or Hadrian, Nero got buried fast, almost quietly, by his devoted ex-slaves. His body went into a small tomb up on the Pincian Hill instead. Yet, peace? That didn't stick for long. This is when things get really scary. Almost 1,000 years later, people from Rome still thought spirits lingered near his grave. Folks claimed Nero's restless spirit, flanked by shrieking birds, crawled out of his grave to haunt villagers. No one dared pass that place when night fell. His cruelty ran so deep, the soil where he lay turned sour. The terror grew so strong that by 1099, Pope Paschal VI stepped in. No hesitation. Because of this, he called for a complete exorcism at the location. After that came orders to tear down Nero's grave, dig out whatever remained, then toss it all into the Tiber River. Right where the haunted place was, he put up a church, Santa Maria del Popolo. Here's the wild truth about Nero's grave. It's gone, vanished, wiped out so the church could slap a sacred spot over it, blocking his restless soul. Not only did they aim to wipe him from history, but also crush the dark energy tied to him. Number 2, Hadrian the tomb, hidden in plain sight. Emperor Hadrian loved moving around, thinking deep thoughts, also shaping cities. He left behind a massive barrier across Britain, now called Hadrian's Wall, while fixing up Rome's Pantheon too. For his burial spot, though, he aimed higher than Augustus had done. A huge cylinder stood there, covered in shiny white marble, its top holding a grove of cypress trees, along with a massive bronze statue. Hadrian guiding a chariot pulled by 4 horses. Linking it to the city was a fresh bridge, decorated with sculptures on both sides. This structure nothing short of brilliant. Here's the trick. It's this. You've actually visited this grave before, only you call it something else. Castel Sant'Angelo, also called the Holy Angel's Castle. Just like Augustus's mausoleum, Hadrian's burial site was huge and tough, too solid to knock out. Fate had another role waiting. By the 400s, it got folded into Rome's protective barriers. Fancy sculptures once standing proud were ripped off, then tossed down at attacking Goths. The Tomb of Peace turned into a stronghold for battle. Over hundreds of years, it served as the Pope's main base. A safe haven, yet filled with fear too. Fancy rooms meant for emperors became dark prison cells. The hidden spaces stored priceless church riches, while captives waited below under papal wrath. Number 1. Constantine the Great, the 13th Apostle. Constantine shifted the empire's center to a fresh city, Constantinople, also called New Rome. In the middle of this new hub, he set up a grand church known as the Church of the Holy Apostles. That's where he picked to rest after death. Yet what really matters isn't just the place, it's the way he decided to be laid to rest. Hidden in that choice is something few noticed at first. In the church, he didn't only set up his tomb, there were also 12 more built alongside it. These weren't actual graves, but symbolic stands, each one pointing to an apostle from Jesus' circle. Next, he set his shiny coffin right at the center. Can you spot it? Here's the twist. It's all about how they're placed, a ring of 12 disciples. And right in the middle, Constantine stands. He didn't lie alongside the apostles. No, he placed himself right up front, leading them, taking charge, stepping into their center light. Centuries later, Constantine, Rome's first emperor who followed Christ, had a grave made on purpose to claim a title none before him dared, the 13th apostle. This was bold, almost too wild to believe. Mix of royal pride with deep religious feeling. Not only did he view himself as a ruler doing God's will, but also as someone holy, standing beside the originators of his religion. The grave got wiped out ages ago. Still, its layout survived through records, a last daring proof of a leader convinced his life's deeds qualified him for heaven's top tier. A broken statue from a lost kingdom, just some vanished ash left behind, a spirit nasty enough to need holy cleansing, a stronghold nobody sees even when looking right at it. Yet one guy insists he's chosen by God. The graves of Rome's emperors aren't quiet, they shout. Voices rise from stone, whispering tales of rulers who grabbed at immortality through sheer force. Yet one thing stands clear: time wipes out every empire. What they hid underground? That mystery lives louder than their names. What ruler's hidden truth surprised you biggest? Could have been Nero's spirit, or maybe Constantine chasing heaven's plan. Drop your take down there. For extra mysteries buried deep in time's vaults, hit subscribe plus tap the bell. Stay updated on every discovery.